Hello everyone, I am Surya Kumar and I am from Karaikudi, which is known for its wide Chettinad infrastructures. Mm, to introduce about myself, I am not a constant learner, but I can learn various and multiple concepts. Still now I haven't figured out my career so far. And basically I have interest in gaming because when I say gaming, it specifically I say story based games because when I enter into play a story based game, there may be multiple challenges faced, starting from how to play the game to how to explore the game. There are multiple challenges, and I guess it is suitable for me because I have a I am not great at coding or programming, but I am great at problem solving. So let's just dive into what I have learned. So as I have said before, I am not a constant learner, as well as I learn various concepts. So starting from my very first year, I have dived into data analyst, where I get to know about tools like SQL and Tableau. So basically, I used a website called BigQuery, which is part of Google's dataset, where large number of public datasets were available in that website. So basically, using that website, I made use it to retrieve data and also manipulate data using SQL functions. Based on the dataset that I have manipulated, I will be use the manipulated dataset and export it to Tableau, where I will be using specific features from the dataset to visualize specific sort of things. So this is what I have covered in my very first part of Dhoni. As the second part, I am introduced to automation, which has been introduced to me as part of my curriculum, where I have introduced to UiPath Academy's UiPath Automation Cloud. So basically, I am exposed to how the tool works. Like I have to choose how the screenshot work. Like when I select a web page or something, it takes a screenshot of what the web page is, and while automating the process, it continues to do the thing. And at the end, when I start to execute the workflow, it just fills things or whatever process it has been allocated or whatever it needs to automate. So this is how I have been introduced to automation. uh, in addition to that, I have exposed to N8 outside of my course. So when I first exposed to N8, I have a basic introduction about nodes like trigger nodes and such other nodes like Google Sheets and Mail, where I can just use Google's core API key. I can deliver it to the N8's workflow, and it can perform and execute workflows just by using the API key and accessing my files or Excel sheets or whatever. So this is how I have introduced to automation. While exploring automation, I came to know about the concept of AI agents, where multiple AI agents work together to solve a problem, like anti-gravity, where it uses multiple agents to use it for coding. So while running to the core of these AI agents, I came to know about LLMs, which is known as large language models. So basically, the large language models works on the concepts of vector databases and RAG, which is known as retrieval augmented generation, where I'll be training the model using some words or millions of words based on the model's training, and the model uses vector database to store the trained words, and it uses the concept of embeddings, where whenever I provide an input or a prompt, it breaks down each word into specific numbers, into specific part of letters, and the letters being converted into embeddings, which is where each letter is allocated a specific number, and based on that it works on the problem, and based on the prompt that I have given, it searches the database and provides me with the deliberate answer. So these are so far I have been working. So still now I am on the basics of LLM. I have to explore much more concepts. So these are the things I have explored so far. Thank you.